was going to let the car go back and just let it get repossessed. And then my mom was like, oh, well, I love your car. Let me take over payments. So I did.
Let me tell you something. All right. This is a joke. Gotta be kidding me.
All right, we're going to start this one off with a guy in a high-interest car loan, because paying double is just part of the experience now. Then we'll jump into something a little bit different, a very angry customer.
I've got a bit of a situation with a car that I bought 3 years ago. I bought this car and I financed it for $22,000. I've only got it paid down to $19,200.
Wow.
So I'm quite a bit negative equity on it.
Yep.
They got me at a 28% interest rate. Basically, I bought another vehicle when I moved from Georgia back to Arkansas, where I live at. I bought another truck, and I was going to let the car go back and just let it get repossessed. And then my mom was like, oh, well, I love your car. Let me take over payments. So I did.
Now, I can understand wanting to get out of the deal. 28% interest is ridiculous. It should be illegal. But why would you even consider letting your mom take over the loan? It's a bad deal for you, but somehow a great deal for her.
And now she's at the point where she's like, that's a lot of negative equity. Kelly Blue Book gave me a cash offer of $6,400 for the car. It's got 134,000 miles.
Okay.
Puts me close to 13 to 15,000 negative equity.
Yep.
I'm just trying to find the best option because it's in my name. She's making the payment. She wants something newer for herself. I'm going to co-sign for her because she doesn't have like great credit. She's got like a 5 something and I'm at a 660-ish.
Bad credit and bad decisions. That seems to be the pattern. And when they finally realize there's a problem, the solution is always the same. Do the exact same thing that caused it and hope it works out this time.
I was just basically just trying to figure out if you thought there would be any way that you could help us out with this situation, or if you have maybe some recommendations.
How much of a down payment do you have?
Maybe $1,500 maximum, but can't be pushing it.
That's going to be the hard part, obviously. I don't know what price range of the new vehicle.
Price range of the new vehicle is going to depend on her. My payment that she's paying is $641 a month. So as long as we don't go over that payment amount, we should be fine.
Okay.
Realizing you owe a lot more than the car is worth should make you realize financing was a bad idea. But for a lot of people, it doesn't. So they roll the debt into a new loan, keep the payment about the same, stretch it out even longer, and end up worse than when they started.
That's a big payment, so that definitely helps. The hardest part, as I'm not telling anything you don't already know, but would be to get $11,000 to $13,000 of negative equity approved into a new loan. So there's 2 ways that happens. Obviously, down payment helps tremendously. And then it would be in relation to Blue Book, what the retail price of the car is, and then what we can get approved from the bank. Have you guys done an application or anything like that?
I was trying to wait and get in contact with you to see if this would even be a feasible option for us.
If the question pops into your head, is this feasible? It's probably a really bad idea. And deep down, you already know that. You're just looking for a way to justify it, hoping somebody says it'll work so you can go and do it anyway.
Let's do this. Let's hold off on credit for right now. Why don't you text me over to this number that just called you? Text me over the VIN number, a few pictures of your trade, and I'm going to get roasted for a VIN number. It's just VIN, and who the payoff is to. And then let me kind of back into that, see what I have that I think might work. And then if we get something that's relatively close, then we'll go to the next step as far as credit. I think that's probably a good place to start. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
There is no vehicle that'll make it work. That's not the problem. The problem is debt. And you won't fix that by taking on more. It doesn't matter what you switch into or how you structure the deal. If the debt is still there, nothing really changes.
How are you? This is Dan with Grace Auto Group. I just spoke to Gene and Bill. They kind of filled me in on your situation. I just wanted to give you a call, find out what happened from you, and see what we can do to make it right.
I just need the car home. That's really it.
All right. So you bought the vehicle about a month ago, maybe a little bit less. I guess from what I understand, we were told that it was the cooling fan that wasn't working. So we towed it in as
the cooling fan wasn't coming on, yes.
So I had this next clip pop up and I thought it'd be a little bit different. Something fun to add in, an angry customer, which usually means everything went perfectly. Nothing went wrong, no confusion, no bad decisions. Just a completely smooth, well thought out process.
So when we got it, everything was fine with the cooling fan. We didn't have any issues with there.
Okay, so I do heating and air conditioning for a living, but when I was turning the air conditioning on, I did not see that radiator fan blowing.
Completely understandable, and that's why we towed it for you as a courtesy, because if you are driving without the cooling fan turning on, obviously that can overheat your engine and that can cause a lot more issues down the line. So we wanted to avoid that altogether. We wanted to make sure that we towed it here safely.
The last job I worked, I had to deal with customers. And you can tell within a few seconds of the call how every conversation from that point on is going to go. You know who's going to complain. You know who's going to be asking for a discount. And who is going to be a problem?
We fixed the AC for you free of charge, but you would have to arrange for pickup of the vehicle yourself.
Why is that?
Because we extended a courtesy to bring the vehicle here. We fixed it free of charge for you, even though none of these parts are covered under warranty. We do that because we stand by our product, but we can't be responsible for towing a vehicle there and back. And there's really I don't know of any stores that would do that. I mean, how far are you from us?
I have really no way of getting there right now.
This is one of those situations where it doesn't really matter who's right. It's not worth the fight, especially for a business posting videos online. It's a bad look for them, and it'll cost them a lot more than just bringing the car back and moving on.
And this is already a major inconvenience for me that the AC didn't work. I do air conditioning for a living. The van was 200 degrees and I had no air conditioning. And now I got to take more time. I had to empty my whole van after I loaded it. Now I got to take more time to go pick it up, is what you're telling me?
Well, we could tow it for you, but...
I bought a vehicle from you. I paid everything you wanted. I didn't heckle you for anything. You guys had me on hold for an hour. Your machine played over and over again about how you do a 5-point inspection on all your vehicles, blah, blah, blah. So I guess that one got missed that day.
This brings back so many memories. Anxiety and raised blood pressure. Every single time I was in this position, it was because somebody made a bad decision. And when it came time to fix it, they were nowhere to be found. It was always the same thing, over and over.
We did do an inspection on the vehicle, just like we do on every single one.
So what happened then?
I don't know the details of exactly what was wrong with the AC. I can find that out for you.
It had nothing to do with me. I just bought the vehicle, and you guys are going to have to send it back.
I don't think we're going to be able to do that, man. I could send it back to you, but you would be responsible for the cost for that.
I'm not paying for anything. I'm not paying for any added cost. I've already paid enough.
So what do you think is fair in this situation? Because we brought the vehicle here at our expense.
What's fair is you bring the car back to me. You took it, you fixed it, you bring it back.
Even if the dealer thinks they're right and doesn't want to pay, it's still going to cost more in the end if they don't. Bad reviews, word of mouth, it just looks bad overall. Word gets around very quickly. And once it gets out there, you don't control how it's told.
So I'm trying to think of a solution here that...
Okay, the solution is you fix the vehicle that I just bought that was not working right, and you're going to send it back.
I don't know if I could do that, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I could do that. We towed it here at our cost, and we fixed...
You're going to have to pay for it. You're going to have to pay for it then. I just bought a vehicle. I paid for a vehicle that was supposed to be tip-top, inspected, and it wasn't.
But it is. I mean, something went wrong after the fact.
Don't say it is, because the air conditioning wasn't working.
It's surprising this conversation even went on this long. Almost every customer I've seen in this situation ends up getting what they want in the end, because they don't give up. They have nothing to lose. And every conversation you have with them costs you more and more money. You're just paying to keep the argument going. Cut the loss and move on to the next deal.
Was it working when you drove home?
No, it was not working.
Why didn't you call us right away?
Because I didn't turn the air conditioning on. It was wintertime.
So how do you know it wasn't working?
Doesn't matter. It's within 30 days of buying the vehicle.
Well, that's why we fixed it for free of charge. No questions asked.
You're going to bring it back to me.
I can't do that. I can't do that for you, unfortunately.
You're going to have to do something for me, then.
Well, we did. We towed it here and we fixed it free of charge.
Let me tell you something. All right.
Why not at least split the cost? See if that makes him happy. That was a line I heard many times. You got to do something. And that's where you know he's willing to move. He just doesn't want to be the first one to do it.
This is a joke. Gotta be kidding me. So I just have to take the hit on the amount of time that I've had to deal with this bullshit.
What?
I'm just going to take the hit and all the time that I got to deal with. I have a company vehicle. I took all my tools out. I had to unload the vehicle. Now I'm back in my little truck. It's environment.
Listen, please. I'm trying to speak to you with respect. Please don't curse and shout at me. There's no need for that.
Listen, because the disrespect here is that I bought a vehicle. You guys pride and joy of all these inspections. You didn't inspect it. You fixed it. Good job. Now bring it back.
We never have the full story. We don't know if he's the owner or just an employee. Maybe there's some bad policies in place. That's something I had to deal with. Conversations like this and no ability to budge, even when it didn't make sense.
Simple.
We did inspect it. Things happen after inspections all the time. It happens every day. And that's why we stand by our product. You didn't buy an aftermarket warranty. This is not covered under warranty. However, we fix it.
Aftermarket warranty is going to make me go through this every single time and have to bring it to you every time. I've dealt with the aftermarket warranties before. They're a complete joke. So don't try to sell that to me anymore.
I'm not selling you. You didn't buy it. I'm just telling you that none of this is covered under our complimentary powertrain warranty. This isn't a powertrain issue.
I read a few of the comments on this one and they're kind of split. Some say the dealer is wrong, some say they're right. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. I think it was a bad move posting this clip on their part, and it'll probably cost them some business. Not because of who's right, but because of how it looks.
Your AC didn't work,
Okay.
right? And we fixed it for you. Now works. Your radiator fan also
It was low
works.
on charge, apparently.
What's that?
It was low on refrigerant charge.
Okay. You would have to come pick up the vehicle. I mean, we fixed it for you. It's like, if you bought a brand new car from Ford and something happened, and even if it was a brand new car, you're bringing it to them and then you're picking it up. They're not towing it and towing it back.
Okay. Just a word of advice for business. You should probably take that off your ad then that you do a full inspection.
But we did do a full inspection. If
The memories. I will never, and I mean never, take a job like this again. Dealing with customers like this is just not worth it. And I'm not even saying he's wrong. These kind of conversations ruin your day. They can ruin your week. And I've seen it happen to other people. It ends up ruining their reputation.
something happened after the fact, or if something was missed, because these are human beings working on them, things can get missed, and I understand that. And maybe that was the case here. I don't know if it was or wasn't. Maybe it was the case. Maybe we missed it. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe we missed something. We fixed it for you.
Okay.
Because we stand by our product. And if you call me a year from now and you tell me you have a problem, I'm going to say, bring it in. We'll help you out. But I can't be responsible for transportation of the vehicle back and forth.
All right. I'll have to figure something out then.
Let me know when you want to come pick it up. It's ready.
All right.
Thank you.
You have to wonder if all that was worth it. It's not exactly what I would have posted if I had a business. Taking a little bit of a loss as a dealer would have probably been a better move. It ends a situation, keeps it from dragging it on. And it stops it from turning into something bigger. Bad reviews, online comments, all of that. That's it for this one. See you in the next one.